Matthew 24. And going out, Yeshua went away from the set-apart place, and his taught ones came near to point out to him the buildings of the set-apart place. And Yeshua said to them, Do you not see all these? Truly I say to you, not one stone shall be left here upon another at all, which shall not be thrown down. And as he sat on the Mount of Olives, the taught ones came to him separately, saying, Say to us, when shall this be? And what is the sign of your coming and of the end of the age? And Yeshua answering said to them, Take heed that no one leads you astray. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Messiah, and they shall lead many astray. And you shall begin to hear of fighting and reports of fightings. See that you are not troubled, for these have to take place, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and reign against reign. And there shall be scarcities of food, and deadly diseases, and earthquakes in places. And all of these things are the beginning of birth pains. Then they shall deliver you up to affliction and kill you, and you shall be hated by all nations for my name's sake. And then many shall stumble, and they shall deliver up one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise up, and lead many astray. And because of the increase in lawlessness, the love of many shall become cold. But he who shall have endured to the end shall be saved. And this good news of the reign shall be proclaimed in all the world as a witness to all the nations, and then the end shall come. So when you see the abomination that lays waste, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, set up in the set-apart place, he who reads, let him understand. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains. Let him who is on the housetop not come down to take whatever out of his house. And let him who is in the field not turn back to get his garments. And woe to those who are pregnant and to those who are nursing children in those days. And pray that your flight does not take place in winter or on the Sabbath. For then there shall be great distress, such as has not been since the beginning of the world until this time, no, nor ever shall be. And if those days were not shortened, no flesh would be saved. But for the sake of the chosen ones, those days shall be shortened. If anyone says to you, Look, here is the Messiah, or there, do not believe. For false messiahs and false prophets shall arise, and they shall show great signs and wonders, so as to lead astray, if possible, even the chosen ones. See, I have forewarned you. So if they say to you, Look, he is in the desert, do not go out. Or look, he is in the inner rooms, do not believe. For as the lightning comes from the east and shines to the west, so also shall the coming of the Son of Adam be. For wherever a dead body is, there the vultures shall be gathered together. And immediately after the distress of those days, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give its light, and the stars shall fall from the heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then the sign of the Son of Adam shall appear in the heaven, and then all the tribes of the earth shall mourn. And they shall see the Son of Adam coming on the clouds of the heaven with power and much esteem. And he shall send his messengers with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his chosen ones from the four winds, from one end of the heavens to the other. And learn this parable from the fig tree. When its branch has already become tender and puts forth leaves, you know that the summer is near. So you also, when you see all these, know that he is near at the doors. Truly, I say to you, this generation shall by no means pass away until all this takes place. The heaven and the earth shall pass away, but my words shall by no means pass away. But concerning that day and the hour no one knows, not even the messengers of the heavens, but my Father only. And as the days of Noah, so shall the coming of the Son of Adam be. For as they were in the days before the flood, eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark. And they did not know until the flood came and took them all away. So also shall the coming of the Son of Adam be. Then two shall be in the field, the one is taken, and the one is left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, one is taken, and one is left. Watch therefore, for you do not know the hour your master is coming. And know this, if the master of the house had known what hour the thief would come, he would have watched and not allowed his house to be broken into. Because of this, be ready too. For the Son of Adam is coming at an hour when you do not expect him. Who then is a trustworthy and wise servant, whom his master set over his household, to give them food in season? Blessed is that servant whom his master, having come, shall find so doing. Truly, I say to you that he shall set him over all his possessions. But if that evil servant says in his heart, my master is delaying his coming, and begins to beat his fellow servants and eat and drink with the drunkards, the master of that servant shall come on a day when he does not expect it, and at an hour he does not know, and shall cut him in two, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. I have just a few thoughts and maybe questions for those that are hopefully reading along with me on these. Just kind of little things to point out and think about. When Jesus, Yeshua, was asked about when he would be coming, he didn't answer straight away. The very first thing that he said was, take heed that no one leads you astray. So that would be one of the first things. And then in verse 7, he gives us a warning that there's going to be wars, scarcities of food, and deadly diseases, and earthquakes. In some sort of way, those are all things that we can be prepared for at least a little bit, because you keep going down and then it goes by, but those who shall have endured to the end shall be saved. So, I mean, he's given us the warning and given us an idea of what to be preparing for there. Back in verse 9, it also says that you shall be hated by all nations for my name's sake. So, we all know that there is power in the name of Yeshua. Some say Jesus, and I think that there's probably power in both, but just the name. And you're going to be hated by all nations. So that also makes you think that if everybody is going to be hating you because of Jesus, Yeshua, we are not going to be doing the same thing that all of the nations are going to be doing. We're not going to look like everybody else, behave like everybody else, because there's going to be something about those that follow Yeshua that's going to be different and set apart. Verse 12, also take note, because of the increase of lawlessness. A lot of people want to say the law was done away with, but this is really because of the increase in lawlessness. He's not criticizing or saying because people are following the law here. So just think on that. Then it's going through and it says, like, all of these things, then the end shall come. So we're going to go through a lot of things. A lot of people think that as soon as it starts getting bad, that anyone that believes in Yeshua or Jesus are just going to be whoosh and raptured out of here or something. But we're going back to enduring until the end. And then it even talks about pray that your flight does not take place in the winter or on the Sabbath. So again, we are going to be going through things. So, there's no magic, beam me up, Scotty kind of deal that we're going to be out of here. And also take note on the Sabbath. Do you know when the Sabbath is? Why would it not be on the Sabbath? Why wouldn't you want to be on the Sabbath? Maybe take a deep dive into discovering what the Sabbath actually is. Let's see, what else was there? Then again, it says, if these days were not shortened, no flesh would be saved. So again, it's kind of reminding us that we are going to be in this time, in the trials and the tribulations, because we're getting down in this verse that if it's going to be so bad that he has got to cut the time short. Otherwise, his set apart ones would also fall. Let's see here. There's so many warnings that just, shall show great signs and wonders, so as to lead astray, if possible, even the chosen ones. Do not go out if they're saying, look here, look there. Do not believe it. Then in 29, after the distress, then we're going to have the sun being dark and moon's not giving its light and the stars are falling. And after all of these things, then in verse 30, they shall see the son of Adam. 31, a sound of a trumpet. If you know the first 5 books of the Bible, or even if you only know Leviticus chapter 23, that trumpet, there's a special day for the trumpet. So that's something else to be really looking forward to and thinking about. Do your own research. Find out what's so special. There is a specific day that we are commanded, Day of Trumpets. Then it goes to looking at the fig tree. You can't tell exactly when it's going to start to bloom or when the first day of summer is just by looking at the branches. But you're going to be getting the clues by the way that the fig tree is growing. So it says, so you also, when you see all these things, know that he is near at the door. Then it's going to go into the servants and who's taken and who's not taken. In short, make sure every single day you are ready and doing what you're supposed to be doing. Just in case, that's the day. Always be ready. So hopefully this gave you a little bit to think about and ponder and do your own research. And always read the word for yourself. And as always, much love, many prayers, and shalom always.